Hey guys, this is Sam, and today I wanted to tell you guys about the case I've been using on my phone for the past couple of weeks, which is the Tech21 Classic Check case for the iPhone 6. So I was caseless for a few months after I got my iPhone. I believe I actually just got this at the beginning of this month, which is February of 2015, but ever since I believe September 21st of 2014 all the way until I would say around January 29th of this year, I went caseless with the iPhone 6 and that cost me a lot. I've got some dents on the top of my phone as you can see right here, and other than that, my screen has gotten scratched up. Not that a case would prevent my screen getting scratched up unless you had a screen protector, but I also want to mention that this iPhone, I swear, is engineered to be slippery. I have never touched a phone that is so slick in my entire life. The iPhone 4S wasn't like this. Even the iPhone 5 and 5S was not like this at all, but man, the iPhone 6 especially, and I'm sure the 6 Plus is the same way, is so freaking slippery. So as I mentioned earlier, a couple weeks back I made the very difficult and heart-wrenching decision that I needed to use a case on my phone because I could not take the risk of my screen shattering or even just my iPhone getting more dented up than it already was, because like I said, I dropped it a few times without a case on and it got kind of beat up, which is really sad because I don't like scratches and buffs and nicks on my phone. I mean, nobody does. Nonetheless, I got this case for a few reasons. Number one, there's a little lip above the screen, so I'll show you what I mean right now. Basically, if I put my iPhone face down or screen down on a table, the screen will not be coming in contact with the table at all unless there's like crumbs or something on the table. But for example, I'm going to use my desk. If I set it here right now, the screen is going to be slightly above the table because the case has a really nice lip. So this could be used in a drop situation as well. If I drop my phone face down on, let's just say, a floor, a flat surface, and it's perfectly coming at the surface, like my desk for example, the screen should not touch the ground unless it bounces really hard because of this lip. If I set it down once again, the screen isn't going to be coming in contact with the surface that my phone's resting on, but rather the case is going to be slightly in front, preventing my screen from getting scratched up or anything like that. Another thing that I love about this case is that it's really thin on my phone. I love the iPhone 6's design. Even though it is slippery, I love how thin it is. I mean, it's crazy how thin this phone is. I still can't get over it sometimes. So obviously I want a case that does its best to keep my phone thin, or just not a case that adds a large margin of bulk to my phone. As you guys can see, this is obviously not as thin as it was when my iPhone was here without a case, but for what I do, and just using it, I get a good grip on my phone. Like I said, this leads into my next point. The iPhone 6 is slippery. This case gives me a pretty good grip, or just at least a grip at all when I'm using my iPhone, which I love as well. In conclusion, I would recommend this case to you if you want a good overall iPhone 6 case. Obviously, it's not going to have the best protection like a LifeProof or an OtterBox, but it's also going to keep a thin design on the case because of that factor. It's also not the thinnest it could possibly be, but overall, like I said, it's going to give you pretty darn good protection. I haven't had any issues with the case. It seems to be holding up really well after a couple months or couple weeks or maybe even a month now. And overall, like I said, I would highly recommend this case. I'm going to be using it pretty much every day for the rest of the time I've got an iPhone 6. Maybe even on the iPhone 6S or whatever it's going to be called when it comes out, because for me, this case works really well. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe for more content related to the iPhone 6. This has been Sam with iUpdateOS, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.